I'm live. Y'all know every time I have this one eyebrow up, I always want to just be like, can you smell what the rock is cooking? It doesn't matter what white people think about anything. I also think about that regularly. Even though he never actually said that, but all the time when white people talk, I hear the rock in my mind yelling, it doesn't matter. Literally, all the time. I just be like, it doesn't matter. Hi. So I know we've been going live on Thursdays, but I wanted to go live today because we were talking about this whole August Alsina and Jada Pinkett business on Discord, and we were having some really interesting conversations. So I was like, let me go live and we could talk about it here. Also, I don't know if it was one of you that's watching right now since we just started, but I'm pretty sure somebody said in one of the live streams that they wanted a link to the Discord, but they said it in like the chat and I do not remember who it was. So you don't have to leave a comment, an actual comment, don't just write it in the chat. Leave a comment if you want a link to the Discord. So, or also I think like if you give $1 or $5 on Patreon or something, you like automatically get a link. Also, that happens as well. Hi, Nicole. Hi. It doesn't matter. Hi, Naomi. Hi, Marquise. Thank you. Hi, Tyrod, Clifton. I see you. Mel, Kayla. Hi, Queen. Hi, J Malik. Armand, mostly Mosley, that's a nice name. Hi, Organized Chaos. Kayla, girl, let's get into it. This Jada and August mess is crazy. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Jaren. Hi, Sketchnificent. Hi, Phoenix. So this is what we were talking about in Discord. This is the way that the situation seems to me, especially because Jada Pinkett has denied it, right? She said that they did not have an affair or something like that. So this is how it feels to me. It seems to me, because I remember when it was like all these rumors about like Jada Pinkett and August Alsina, that they seem really close, that he seems really close with their family. What's the deal? And to me, it seems like I think that Jada Pinkett and Will Smith were trying to like help August Alsina out, because Will Smith has an older son. I have a light on. That's why you guys have a shadow, because I have all the windows and stuff closed because I have the air on. But Will Smith has an older son, Trey, that's like right around the same age as August Alsina. Like they're literally right around. They're like damn near the exact same age. So I kind of feel like it's possible that, you know, August Alsina had like a very like tumultuous upbringing and family life, and everybody knew this. And now with like Red Table Talks, we all kind of know that Jada likes to be in people's business and feel like she's, you know, helping them through something, you know. So I kind of feel like Jada probably wanted to help. She probably liked the attention that he was showing her. She was probably like, you know, let's, you know, we could like bring him in as a part of our family. Like they went on a family vacation together. Like I feel like Jada was probably like, you know, let's bring him, you know, we could bring him into our family. Obviously, there have been rumors for years that Will and Jada have an open relationship. This has never been confirmed, so I personally don't believe it, because I feel like why would they lie about it or hide it? It's not that, I mean, like people already think they're doing it, so it's not that serious. And so I feel like they were trying to like bring August Alsina into their family in a certain type of way, and August Alsina maybe felt like, you know, like he got attached. I feel like he got emotionally attached to Jada, and I kind of feel like he got obsessed with her, and I think he's still obsessed with her, and she wouldn't leave Will. I definitely think like it's definitely possible that they had some type of like emotional affair going, but at the same time, people also believe that Will Smith and Jada are in an open relationship. So it's like, Will and Jada are married. Like, Will and Jada are married. At the end of the day, I feel like Jada is always gonna have, at the end of the day, Jada's always gonna have her, whatever you want to call it, her bond or her allegiance, whatever you want to call it, to Will. So even if you felt like, yeah, he said Will give him his permission. Even if you felt like you were receiving permission, even if you felt like whatever, like at the end of the day, she's married and you cannot expect. Right, August wasn't ready. Right, I seen somebody say something about like polyamorous relationships and stuff. Like, you weren't ready for all that. I just don't think you weren't ready. Even if you thought you were, like, you weren't ready and you end up getting hurt. And I think that's something that happens. And I think it's something that happens a lot and with people that are already in relationships, people that are already married. We have all these conversations about, you know, people having work wives and work husbands, and you can be, oh, and I've seen somebody say that, right? What was this? You don't become obsessed unless something is there. That's not true. That's 100% untrue. That's not true. I've seen somebody just say you could be obsessed even if something is there. No. Something does not have to be there for a person to be obsessed. That is not true. Like, that's not true. People get obsessed. Motherfucking you with the nigga from fucking Gossip Girl. Like, where he's obsessed with the bitch Beck and he has a whole made up relationship in his mind. It's called stalking. Like, it happens every day. And people get killed every day over that type of shit. Like, I'm not right. Celebrity stalkers, like, fucking Rihanna had to literally move because she had a very persistent stalker that found her home address and kept coming to her house in LA and was like, I'm in love with you, we're gonna get married. Like, he was obsessed. Like, you can absolutely be obsessed if there's nothing there. But I'm not saying that there was like absolutely nothing there, because like August Alsina was like hanging out with the Smiths. So I'm sure, like, obviously they had some type of, like, they knew each other. It's not like he was a total stranger, but I'm not gonna say that he wasn't obsessed with her. And I'm not gonna say that just because he's obsessed with her, that means that Jada did something wrong, because you can't be obsessed if the person's not giving you something to go off of. That's bullshit. That's not true. Yeah. White girl broke into Chris Brown's house, stalker, obsessed. Chris Brown called the police. The police arrested him, which was a lot. Yes, it is. It's Wednesday. We went live specifically to talk about this issue, Savannah. Look at stan culture. It's very obvious you can get obsessive while never meeting a person. That's what's going on right now with Justin Bieber. Them two fans, white girls, obsessed fans, said that one of them said that Justin Bieber raped her at the Four Seasons Hotel. And Justin Bieber was like, no, I didn't. I've never been to the Four Seasons Hotel. I've literally never been there. I've, like, here's all the proof, all the receipts. I've never been there. This is where I was. Here are photographs of me at the time that she said shit was happening. Here are the email receipts. Here's the Airbnb receipt. Here's the hotel receipt. And then he was like, and I'm pretty sure that she's saying that I raped her at the Four Seasons Hotel because there was a Twitter fan rumor. Somebody said they saw me at the Four Seasons, but she saw me at the Four Seasons restaurant, not the hotel. And then they were like going through this person's tweets, and they saw that, like, it was like all these tweets about, like, I'm gonna get Justin Bieber to notice me. I'm gonna find Justin Bieber and I'm gonna fuck him. Like, all these things. Like, people absolutely can be obsessed and they can make things up. And this is something that definitely at a certain point is gonna have to be reckoned with in #MeToo culture. Like, and I don't know how we're gonna be able to talk about it. I don't know how we're gonna be able to talk about it without victim blaming. I really don't. But so you're trying to say that because August Alsina is a celebrity, he can't be obsessed with Jada? Like, no, come on. Celebrities are not gods. They're human beings just like everybody else. August Alsina is not above becoming obsessed with Jada Pinkett Smith. And Jada Pinkett and Will Smith are like up here. Like, there's other fucking celebrities that they get starstruck when they meet Beyonce. Like, just because somebody's a celebrity does not mean that they're above. Right, celebrities have celebrities that they fan over too. Just because he's a celebrity does not mean he's not obsessed with Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm not saying that he is, right? I see what you said, Kayla. I'm just saying, somebody's like, well, he's a celebrity. Like, and August Alsina is like a C-list celebrity. Like, let's be real. Like, Let's be serious. But I don't, we're gonna have to talk about it one way or another. Let me look at some of these comments, because I see some of y'all comments. Before I'm too, oh, I seen that too. Ray Fisher said Joss Whedon was abusive and disrespectful. I saw that too. I was like, living your truth, Ray Fisher. Let it all come out, because we all know Joss Whedon is a piece of shit. Please live in your truth, Cyborg. We will stand with you. Hi everyone, I see everybody. Danielle, Social Purgatory, Kimberly Queen. Hi Tim. Jada denies it, so I'm gonna believe until August produces a video or something. And if the shoe was on the other foot, if the shoe was on the other foot, how would y'all feel? I really want to know. If the shoe was on the other foot, how would y'all feel? I remember months ago, August and Jada was a topic that vanished. Now here we are. I think on Just the Two of Us, there's a mention of Will's first son. That song was for him, Trey. Hi, Phoenix. August Alsina has to take more accountability for electing to be in a polyamorous relationship and the consequences thereof. Like, at the end of the day, right, I feel like at the end of the day, Jada Pinkett Smith is married. We all know she's married. She's been married for a really long time. So regardless of if you think you got Will Smith's permission or whatever, obviously her allegiance is going to be to her husband. I don't know how people are trying to like hop, skip, and jump over this fact. That's because a lot of y'all out here sleeping with married men and women. But let me read some more of these comments before we get into that. Codependency on both sides. I definitely think it was codependent on both sides, Queen, like we talked about in Discord. I definitely think Jada Pinkett enjoyed the attention she was getting from the young boy. Absolutely. I don't know if that means I believe that they had an affair. I don't know, but, and people do that too all the time. Like I said, the work husband, work wife shit of like, I know you're married, but you're giving me attention, I'm giving you attention, like, I feel like they smashed, period. I think the dynamic was inappropriate considering they were hanging out under the guise that she took him kind of as an extended son. I think I agree that the dynamic was inappropriate if they did something. If they never did anything and August Alsina got attached because he fell in love with her, like on some Oedipus. To me, it seems like August Alsina has an Oedipus complex. That he was looking for a mother figure, a maternal figure. He was looking for a nurturing older female presence in his life. I think that Jada and Will agreed that Jada could be that for him. And then I think he caught feelings and fell in love with her. And I also think that Jada Pinkett enjoyed the attention that she was getting from him. But I believe her that they didn't have an affair. I do. August has a mommy complex. And it's like, why is everybody like not believing Jada? Like, if the shoe was on the other foot, I don't know. Seren, do you think August has some fatal attraction type thing? Yes. Because even back then, I thought he seemed weirdly obsessed with her. And if y'all even like listen to what he's saying in the interview with Angela Yee, it sounds obsessive. Like, you know, I would die for her. I could die right now. Why are we talking about death, number one? I would die for her. I would die knowing that I gave my life to... She's married. And she's been married. Like, what are you doing? It sounds obsessive. Jaron, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. And I also think that this does happen too, that when you... Especially with women that give men attention, even if you don't think nothing of it, there are a lot of men out there that think that just because you're giving them attention, you're friends with them, or you're being friendly with them, or you're trying to help them, or you're trying to bring them into your life, all these types of things. There are tons of men out there that believe that just because you're doing all those things, that means y'all are in a relationship. That means you're in love with them. That means you want to be with them. You want to be together. All these things. And men will become obsessive Like, people acting like that doesn't happen now. Now that doesn't happen. And, like, really? Are we really trying to act like that doesn't happen? Are we really trying to say that that's totally impossible? I had a work husband friend until his wife added me on Instagram and came for my edges. No more lunch hangouts over that after that. I think we should stop holding on to the fact that Jada is married. No! Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith are married. They are married. They are not divorced. They have not split. They haven't came out and said that they have an open relationship. Jada Pinkett has came out and publicly said that she didn't have an affair. So, like, no, we can't, like, y'all really out here ignoring that people are married. That's really what we're getting at. So let's talk. So y'all having sex with married people. So y'all are having sex with married people. So if somebody's married, but they don't care that they married, y'all really feel like I don't have to care that they're married. Like, right, Will and Jada are married on paper. Like, they are married on paper. They are married on paper. That means at the end of the day, their allegiance is still to each other. Y'all talking about side pieces and people that's not getting shit but a wet motherfucking bottom. Like, Will and Jada are married. Y'all don't understand marriage. They have businesses tied up with each other. They have fucking a production company that they run together. They have children together. They have taxes that they fucking motherfucking file together. They have money invested. They can have all the motherfucking side pieces in the world. They don't have no allegiance to them side pieces. It doesn't matter if they're married for appearance. They're not married for appearance. When you get married, and I say this is a motherfucking bitch that's been married. When you get married, legally married on paper, number one, you're entering into a contract with another person and the state, okay? And the state don't motherfucking play. They don't play about your taxes. They don't play about your finances. They don't play about your assets. That's why motherfuckers fight when it's time to divorce, okay? It doesn't matter. You could have all the motherfucking side pieces in the universe. It doesn't matter. You could bring, I don't give a fuck if they did move motherfucking August Alsina into their house. Is August Alsina's name on anything? No. Then Jada Pinkett Smith is always going to have an allegiance to her husband. It doesn't matter. Y'all sound like children. Like, you sound like kids. Y'all don't understand. Like, this is not just about side pieces. It doesn't fucking matter that you're a side piece. Like, who the fuck cares about a side piece? Isn't that something that we've been fucking talking about, y'all? Like, you have to understand that if you're in a relationship, if you're having a relationship with, you know, somebody that's been married, at the end of the day, their allegiance is always going to be to their spouse. Because guess what? If you decide you're not fucking with your spouse anymore and you fucking leave your spouse and you don't keep fucking paying the rent, paying all this shit, they will fucking garnish your spouse's wages to pay that shit. I don't give a fuck how obsessed August was, how soulmates they thought they were. No, none of that shit fucking matters. Right, her last name is Smith, not Alsina. I don't care what anybody says. And in terms of what Will Smith said about their marriage, they're not divorced. Like, y'all are acting like because Will Smith said that they think of themselves as life partners, like as if that means they got divorced. They are not divorced. They are still married. And personally, what I think that Will Smith meant by that statement was that they have transcended marriage and they're life partners. Like, we're life partners. We're soulmates. We're in this together. If you fucking read the full quote of what Will Smith says, he literally says, like, we are life partners, we're soulmates, we're in this together. He says there's literally nothing that Jada could do and there's nothing that I could do that could get us to break up. That's what Will Smith said, if y'all read the full quote. And he said this, what, 5-6 years ago? So how did August Alsina even call himself being with the bitch? They've made it publicly known that they're never gonna break up, that they are soulmates, they are life partners. They've said this numerous times. Like, it's not even just a marriage. Like, There's nothing the other person could do to ever break us up, period. If somebody, let's even remove August and Jada and Will, and I'm just gonna like say this to anybody like as a regular person. If somebody makes a statement saying, me and my partner we like this, we're life partners, we're soulmates, no one will ever break us up. I don't care what this person does. I don't care what, it doesn't matter what I do, what the person do. It doesn't matter who they have sex with. It doesn't matter what they do outside of our relationship. No one will ever break up our relationship. And you still choose to get involved with that person, and then you end up hurt 5-6 years later talking to Angela Yee about your feelings. Who is that on? Who's that on? Not, like I said, actually, let me take Angela Yee out, because I said we're not talking about them. We're talking about y'all. If you enter a relationship with a married person, what do you expect to get out of it? What do you expect to get out of it if you get into a relationship with a married person? What do y'all really expect? Like, what do you expect? What point am I missing? Y'all are acting like a marriage doesn't matter. Like, y'all are acting like a marriage doesn't matter. A marriage obviously matters to Jada, because Jada's denying having an affair. She's not saying we had an affair, and so me and Will are breaking up. So what are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Right, August played himself. Life partners can mean a communal marriage. It can mean polyamory. It can mean all these things. But it obviously does not mean these things to Jada Pinkett Smith, because Jada Pinkett denied having the affair and she's not leaving her husband. So I don't know. Y'all are talking about hypothetical theories that don't apply. Like, Jada Pinkett said, we didn't have an affair. I'm not leaving my husband. It doesn't matter. Y'all trying to like bend over backwards with the semantics. Like, well, what Jada meant was that since Will gave her permission, it wasn't an affair. That's not what she said. That's literally not what she said. Like, she said it didn't fucking happen. Like, so if you don't believe her, just say you don't believe her. But all this like bending over backwards to like say that shit happened that didn't happen is ridiculous. August Alsina has been getting away with a lot because of how he looks. He has pretty privilege. I feel like people are projecting their feelings onto the Smiths. If they heard that their spouse had an affair, whether or not it was true, they'd want to break up. I didn't have an affair doesn't mean I didn't sleep with you. Like, what are y'all saying? August Alsina said something and Jada Pinkett denied it. This sounds wild. I didn't have an affair doesn't mean I didn't sleep with you. So y'all really believe that Jada Pinkett is trying to play semantics games with the public and a group of people that she literally doesn't know? For what reason? Like, what? Why would Jada Pinkett do that? What is Jada Pinkett getting out of denying it? Why is it so hard to believe they slept with each other? Why is it so hard to believe that they didn't sleep with each other? Why is it so hard to believe that they didn't sleep with each other? Jada Pinkett said they didn't have an affair. Instead of believing the words out of this woman's mouth, you guys are bending over backwards to be like, semantics, this and that. Thank you, China. People believe August Alsina because he has mental health issues, period. I've already seen somebody say that you guys think that you don't believe that August is obsessed with her for no reason, because if somebody's obsessed with you, it has to be something you did. That's bullshit. No, that's bullshit. Actually, let's really be real. Y'all motherfuckers been wanted to have some type of issue with fucking Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Motherfuckers don't like the way they raise their kids. Motherfuckers don't like the way that they talk. Motherfuckers don't like the fact that they stood up for Jordan Woods against the Kardashians. Motherfuckers don't like them because they think that they're motherfucking weirdos. All these reasons are why y'all want to fucking believe this shit. Like, let's be 100% serious. Like, that's absolutely why. Yes, it is why. Yes, it is why. Yes, it is why. Yes, it is why. That's why. Yes, it is. It's hard to believe she didn't sleep with him because people love drama, and that's literally it. Let's be honest. People don't like the Smiths. Like, she addressed it. She addressed it. She addressed it. They're waiting on Jada and Will's downfall. They have problems with powerful black married couples. That's why so many people low-key celebrated when Jay cheated on Beyonce. And remember, I said the same thing about Jay-Z and Beyonce. When people were like, Beyonce should leave Jay-Z. I was like, you guys don't understand how marriage works. Like, even if Beyonce wanted to leave Jay-Z, she would probably literally never leave him. Because they're married, they have children together, they have all types of business and money and work and all types of shit like tied up between them. Like, at the end of the day, Beyonce's allegiance is always going to be to Jay-Z. Her allegiance is not to her fans. Her allegiance is not to a bunch of strangers that don't know her. Like, at the end of the day, her allegiance is going to be to Jay-Z. At the end of the day, Jada Pinkett's allegiance is going to be to Will Smith. They're married. All this talk about, like, well, why didn't she do this and that? Like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, she's always going to have an allegiance to Will Smith. And she had that allegiance to Will Smith when she met August Alsina. So even if Jada Pinkett did have an affair with August Alsina already knew what it was. Just like these hoes. Which, if we're going to talk about mental instability and, you know, trauma and having a horrible home life and how that makes people susceptible to getting into toxic relationships, we can have that conversation too. We can have that conversation too. If that's the conversation, right? No. August, like, no. Even if I believe they had an affair, August was aside. And Jada Pinkett doesn't owe that man anything. Even if y'all believe, like, oh, well, Jada Pinkett's lying about it, blase blah. Jada Pinkett doesn't owe August Alsina anything. And that's what also happens when you get involved with people that are in relationships, and especially married. They could do all type of dirt with you in private and deny it. They can always deny it because they're married and you're not. Is this the tough love y'all need? This the tough love y'all need. This is the tough love y'all need right now. Okay. Jada Pinkett doesn't owe August Alsina anything. Nothing. Jada Pinkett and Will Smith are not my fucking couple goals if you're talking about me. I don't think nothing about them. I also agree that they're weird as fuck. And I don't like the way that they raise their kids either. But so what? That doesn't mean shit. Like, August bit off more than he could chew. And a lot of y'all are also probably in toxic piece of shit relationships. So you're siding with August Alsina. Like, that's it. If you're going to enter into relationships with married folks, don't have any expectations. People obviously don't know what an affair means. I feel like August is exposing this in the hopes that it will ruin Jada and Will's marriage and he'll finally have a chance with her. Because he's fucking obsessed with her. He's fucking obsessed with her. He's obsessed with her. If they have an open marriage, that's them. Just like Monique and her husband, it's their marriage. They can decide how it is. Jada was Jada. August shouldn't have fell in love with her. Right. He clearly fell in love with her and wanted more. And she said, no, I'm committed to my nigga. Don't matter if we're in an open relationship. Doesn't matter if Will Smith is gay, having sex with gay escorts. Like, I know all the motherfucking rumors. They have decided that they're committed to each other. So you don't get to be the motherfucking third party. Or, if you're going to be the third party, understand that at any moment, the person that you're fucking can cut your ass off for the person that they're in the relationship with. Y'all better stop having sex with people in relationships. Y'all really better stop having sex with people in relationships. Like, all I'm getting from this is a lot of people are having sex with motherfuckers in relationships. People always side with men. It's like when people say that women shouldn't dress a certain way so they wouldn't be sexually assaulted. That's why I keep saying, like, if the shoe was on the other foot, motherfucker, I do not think people would be on August Alsina's side. If this was like some C-list woman singer that went through some shit, because like all the fucking Instagram models and hoes have been through shit, right? Like Miracle Watts has been through a lot of shit. Lyra Galore has been through a lot of shit. Amber Rose has been through a lot of shit. If this was a woman that had been through a lot of emotional turmoil and ended up fucking a married man and then was crying on interviews about it years later, nobody would be on the woman's side, and then dropped an album, nobody would be on the woman's side. Y'all are on his side because he is a man. I believe that. Nobody would be on the woman's side. Y'all call these bitches fucking hoes and idiots all day long. Lyra Galore fucking got pregnant by P from Quality Control at the same exact time that he got another bitch motherfucking pregnant, and nobody was like, well, Lyra Galore had a really bad upbringing, so, you know, and she was like in love with P, and like she was obsessed with him, and like he knew that he was in a relationship and he still pursued her. No, nobody said that. Everybody called Lyra Galore all type of motherfucking bum bitch. Everybody called Lyra Galore every shade of motherfucking stupid. And it was stupid. It was stupid. It was stupid that she was fucking the nigga from Quality Control, unprotected, knowing he's fucking other bitches, knowing he got a main bitch, and he got his other bitch. They got motherfucking project twins. The fucking babies are exactly the same age. Yup, she's after his bag. All that. All of that. Now we trying to act like August Alsina is a celebrity on the same level as the fucking Smiths. Come on now. I literally just seen somebody say like, August Alsina is also a celebrity. Nah. If the script was flipped, the story would be different. Project twins. Hood twins. People just aren't used to men being sad, so when they are, everyone rushes to comfort. These side pieces are becoming more and more entitled. Yes, that's what Project Twins means. Facts. People coming down hard on Jada, calling her toxic, but wasn't August trying to derail a whole marriage? And then they're trying to say, well, it's fine that he was trying to derail their marriage because Will also had side pieces. And Jada also had side pieces, and they have an open relationship, none of which has ever been confirmed. It's all rumors. But even if all that shit was true, at the end of the day, Jada chose her man that she's married to. So what's the problem? 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 The problem is people are bored. The problem is quarantine and motherfuckers are bored. That's the issue. Motherfuckers been inside for too many days in a row. That's the issue. August gives me low-key stalker vibes. I've had people get motherfucking obsessed with me, and he totally gives me obsessed motherfucker vibes completely. He seems obsessed. He seems obsessed. You the one talking like that. Like, that's how August Alsina is actually talking. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's not my relationship. It's not my relationship. I don't care about this relationship because it's not mine. But I'm talking about them. Like, y'all want August Alsina to be somebody that has broken up Will and Jada. Jada decided she's standing with her man. Because the saying was, this sounds like old women in the hood who say, at least he comes home to me. Okay, feel how you want about that. August Alsina is the one crying about how he would die for Jada Pinkett Smith. Meanwhile, she's literally telling fucking Us Weekly and People Magazine, sorry to this man. I don't know him. We didn't have an affair. I was a mother figure to him, and he got obsessed with me, and now he's saying we had an affair, which never happens. So, like, who sounds heartbroken? It's not Jada, and it's not me either. Like, August is the one crying on Angela Yee's shoulder, crying. This grown man talking about he would die for a married woman, yet people are calling Jada the weirdo. Right! Like, Jada literally was like, we didn't have an affair. She said they didn't have an affair, so it doesn't matter. August will be 28 this year. Like, bruh, move on. Why are people acting like he's a child? August is out here like she's married to Will, but she was in love with me. Yes, she was in love with me. I was in love with her. I was really, 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 truly in love with her, and I gave all my heart and soul to this woman. And if I died tomorrow, I can die knowing that I was Jada Pinkett Smith's beloved side piece. Like, unless she leaving your ass some money, my nigga, like, You're hustling backwards. Like, if you're gonna be a side piece, to an open relationship or an outside marriage, like, I hope she gave you some money. I hope she bought you some property. I hope she booked you some shows. Like, I hope you got something out of it. Just like I tell these hoes, these females, like, get something out of these. You better get something out of these niggas. No, now you crying to Angela Yee instead. Crying. A severance package. A severance package. You better be like Alexis Sky and get you a motherfucking business in Atlanta. Get you something. Right. I hope she turned you into a real estate. I hope she financed this album that you just had come out, since you've been like beefing with your label. Like, I really hope you got something out of it. It seems like you just got a lot of love out of it, but you're in love with a married woman. I don't know what to tell anyone that's in love with somebody that's married. I don't know what to tell anybody that's in love with someone that's married. You cannot fall in love with anybody that's married, because, again, at the end of the day, they're always going to have their allegiance to their spouse and not you. It's a cold game. I guess August just learned. He caught feels, that's all. August is a Virgo sun, Sagittarius moon. The Sagittarius has the audacity to try and overstep his boundaries with a married woman. Set money aside for his future children, for college, something. And it's also, again, it's like Will Smith's oldest son, because I looked it up. Will Smith's oldest son was born in September 1992. August Alsina was born in November 1992. They're literally almost exactly the same age. So, again, I definitely feel like your perspective of this depends on, number one, if you believe they had sex or, had an affair. Jada says they didn't. So if you choose not to believe her, that's your prerogative. But she said that they didn't. She said that they didn't, and that the whole thing with her and August Alsina and him being with their family was that they were treating him like another son, because Trey, Will Smith's oldest son, is right around his age. I think that August Alsina did come from a fucked up home life, and I think he has an Oedipus complex, and he fell in love with her as a maternal figure. Like how these niggas really be falling in love with their mom. If you don't know what an Oedipus complex is, please Google it. Like, y'all acting like people don't fall in love with their mother figures all the time. It's so common that there's a saying for it, an Oedipus complex. And bitches that fall in love with their daddies and they daddy figures is a motherfucking Electra complex, okay? Like, I believe that the Smiths were trying to be familial to him, and he fell for her because he has messed up ideas about maternal figures. I don't automatically think that means that Jada was preying on him, especially because she's maintaining that they didn't have an affair and they didn't have sex. Like, so, but it's up to the mother figure to not let the boundaries cross, and Jada Pinkett is claiming the boundaries were not crossed. Y'all just don't believe her. But Jada is saying the boundaries were not crossed. She's saying no boundaries were crossed. Now, if you don't believe her, you don't believe her. But Jada is saying that boundaries weren't crossed. So you can't say, like, well, it's up to the maternal figure to, like, not cross the boundaries when she's saying the boundaries weren't crossed. Y'all just don't believe her because y'all never believe anything women say. Right. Is this selective hearing? Do you have selective hearing? Like, why don't we believe Jada? People don't know shit about the Oedipus Rex story, Seren. They've never heard of it. Ori spelled it right there if y'all want to Google it. Oedipus, Oedipus, is spelled with an O. Oedipus. It's literally when a man or a boy falls in love with their maternal figure. It happens. Like, it happens regularly. Like I said, it happens enough that there's like a term for it. And I think that that's what happens. Like, that's really what I think. That's what I think happened for real. And like Usher, okay? Usher likes older women also. And a lot of that stems from the fact that Usher got into the industry really, really young, and his mom sent him to go live with motherfucking Babyface in Atlanta, at a very young age, and he was going to like all these adult parties, and he was dealing with all this adult shit that he shouldn't have been dealing with. And Usher got super fucking messed up too, and all of his girlfriends have been older than him. His wife, when he was dating Chili, he's always liked older women for a similar reason, that he was looking for maternal stability that he did not have when he was younger. Turned up with herpes. Nobody was like, well, Usher had a hard upbringing and a hard background, and no, everybody made jokes. Oh, it's so funny. Like, nobody cared. Chris Brown, horrible upbringing as a child, being abused by his stepfather. He was sexually molested and assaulted by one of his mother's friends. He was like raped by one of his mother's friends, which is how he quote unquote lost his virginity. That's not losing your virginity, but I don't know what other words to use for that. Ended up totally messed up completely. Putting hands on women. Nobody was like, Chris Brown had a hard upbringing, so it's totally fine that he beat the shit out of Rihanna, because it wasn't fine. It wasn't fine. Like, no, what happened to Chris Brown was not alleged. That really happened. What happened to Chris Brown was not alleged. All that stuff really happened. What pics? I don't know what you're talking about, pics. Maybe I like missed that. So it's like, right, Chris Brown has said in interviews that that's what happened. And he's also said that that's part of what led him to like get into relationships with older women, and that's what's led to him, you know, getting into that fight with Rihanna and all this other stuff. And Rihanna herself also came from an abusive background as well. And people were like, and Rihanna's older than Chris Brown as well. And people were not like, well, Rihanna preyed on Chris Brown and should have never been in that situation. Well, some people did, because a lot of people did blame Rihanna for getting her ass beat, which was fucked up. Like, no. Yes, all that stuff about Chris Brown and Usher is true. Hi, Thrift Queen. Like that's why I said, like, if we want to talk about black mental health, and especially black mental health in boys, and the sexual, I don't even know what you would even call it. Like, there's a lot of statutory rape in the black community with older women and young boys. A lot. And we don't even talk about it. But we're going to talk about it, like, now, because we're going to, like, put all this stuff on Jada Pinkett, who's publicly said they did not have an affair. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I definitely think that this being the Smiths has a lot to do with the way that this is going to go. If you're going to call Jada a predator for having a so-called affair with a 22-year-old, you're going to have to call all these white male celebs, like Leo DiCaprio, predators too. All that stuff about Usher is 100% true. Like, you can Google it. Like, he literally, like, his mom sent him to go live with Babyface when he was, like, 9 years old. And he was exposed to a lot of shit at a young age. Like, that's why all the women he likes to date are older. She's not a therapist. Why does she make it her job to take him in when he was in his 20s? Why does she sit on Red Table Talk talking motherfuckers through their issues like Ayanna Van Zandt? She's not a therapist then either. Jada Pinkett Smith obviously likes to help people with their problems or something. Like, she's an armchair psychologist. You have to know, we haven't seen her sit across from perfect strangers on Red Table Talk and have them cry on her shoulder. Are you serious? Come on now. Like, are y'all serious? Are y'all really serious? Are y'all really for real? Alexis Sky came up. Props to Shorty. Right. And that's why, totally unrelated, but that's why all these bitches hate Alexis Sky and they're mad at her, because they still chasing after niggas, not getting nothing for their fucking trouble. And she actually has something to show for it. Like, y'all talk about, oh, grandma at least he came home vibes. Jada Pinkett Smith is like 45 or 50 years old. So Jada Pinkett Smith, even if you believe that Jada Pinkett Smith subscribes to that way of thinking, like, okay, again, at the end of the day, she's saying sorry to this man, I don't know him, and August Alsina is crying all over the internet. So August also has an obsession with Tupac, so that probably plays a part in it. He thinks he's Tupac reincarnated. Why is he even kissing and telling? August about to come out with the male version of SZA's The Weeknd. People have never used trauma before now as an excuse. Please stop. I think he fell in love with her and she just wanted a boy toy. He needs to accept it for what it is. Right, living life. Exactly. If they did have an affair, if they did fuck, that's exactly what it is. He fell in love with her and she does not fucking care. That's what it is. And I really do think that he has an Oedipus complex and he fell in love with her specifically because she was a maternal figure. I really believe that. He's using their fame and clout to sell his album. This is messy, and he has no integrity. He caught feelings, that's all. He's a dummy thinking she would ever leave Will. Like, stop. Even if you really genuinely believe in your heart, y'all are having some type of affair and you have Will's blessing and all this other stuff, like, obviously at a certain point things ended and you're still in your feelings about it. August just needs to charge it to the game. Yes, get the bag mentality. Absolutely. Motherfuckers is out here fucking with married individuals. Like, if you're gonna be fucking with somebody and married, at least get something out of it. I mean, I'd rather you didn't, but like, if you're going to, he should have kept his mouth shut. August clearly didn't play his position, whatever that position was, because none of us know. It sure as hell wasn't Will's replacement. August been home listening to that Jasmine Sullivan song. Did he really think she was gonna leave Will? What? Jada. So no one is allowed to mentor other people now just because August might be obsessed. Right, people are acting like this is outside of Jada's expertise. Like, this bitch literally sits on Red Table Talk and talks to people about their problems all day. That's obviously something she likes doing. What's the confusion? Like, he's right around the age of their oldest son. It's not that far-fetched to think that they saw someone that was going through a tumultuous time and wanted to assist as a family, which is how they do everything. Just like the Jordan Woods situation. But now all of a sudden this is like so far-fetched and none of us know anything about the Smiths except the rumors about them being Satanists in an open relationship, having affairs and fucking gay escorts. The rumor is that both of them are gay. That was the rumor like a few years ago, that neither one of them even liked the opposite sex. I remember a married man tried coming on to me when I was 19. I told him, go back to his wife. Why do people even mess with married people? How does she take advantage of him when she's saying they didn't do anything? I don't think they had sex, but I do believe that she created a codependent relationship. I think she likes playing therapist to people. She definitely does. An affair is a sexual relationship, romantic relationship, or passionate attachment between two people without the attached person's significant other knowing it wasn't an affair. Again, you're trying to argue semantics. Like, Jada saying it's not an affair because Will knew. Like, okay, if that's what you believe, that's fine, but I don't think that Jada Pinkett Smith has any reason to play semantics. Lifespan psychology goes into that. Your first love is your parent. August Alsina didn't say that they had sex. He sounded very emotional. Why would she even need to lie if she knows she's not leaving her husband? Keep making. Why would she need to lie if she, one, knows she's not leaving her husband, two, Will knows about the whole thing allegedly, and three, they're quote unquote in an open relationship? Literally, why would she lie about it? Literally, why would she lie about it? She has a whole entire platform, Red Table Talks, where they could talk about this. Just like they've talked about the unconventional way that they raise their children. How they raise their children with no rules and all this other stuff, and you know how they're trying to do things in a non-conventional or controversial way. They have a whole platform where they could talk about alternative relationships and polyamory and blended families, which they already are a blended family. They've also gone on vacation with Will Smith's ex-wife, the mother of his first child. They're all about that. So why would they lie about it? What are they getting out of lying about it? Literally, what are they getting out of lying about it? Why do you think men get attached at the slightest friendly gestures from women? Because men are socialized to see women as either Madonnas or whores, the Madonna whore complex. Any woman a man comes across, her sole existence in life is to either raise him or fuck him. And so if you do anything nice for a man, like say hello or say you want to help them in any way, they think that you either want to raise them or fuck them, and they become emotionally attached to you and obsessed with you. 9 times out of 10, a lot of men, that's what happens. They're socialized that way. Will Smith denies that he gave permission as well, so they are united on saying that August is tripping. Right, okay. And that's why you don't fuck people that are married. Because even if they did fuck or whatever, now they're presenting a united front as married people, and they're both denying it. I agree, he was looking for a maternal figure. Hi, K.A. Omarion also used to say he likes older women, and he also has issues. Hi, Warren. Usher's wife even looked like his mother. People choose who to defend. Oh, I see. I didn't know that about Chris Brown. Yeah. Jada and Will apparently have both denied it. Like, they've denied it. I don't know what picture you're talking about, China. I might have missed that. Hi, Marion. Lil Wayne has said similar things. D-Ray Davis, too. Chris said himself what he went through. Chris also wound up messing with Tina Davis, his older manager that brought him in the game. Yup, Tim. Yup. August seems like he's used to getting what he wants. He definitely ain't getting invited to Red Table Talk again for sure. Never knew that about Chris Brown. Hi, Thrift Queen. I hope all this gets clarified. I just feel like either one of it's gonna go one of two ways. Like, Will Smith and Jada have denied it, so either they're gonna reverse their positions and talk about it, which, like I said, they already have a platform if they wanted to do that, or it's just gonna, people are just gonna stop talking about it. Tupac said in interviews that him and Jada were close, but they never had sex, and she was single at the time. It's easy to point fingers and say what people should have done and this and that, but there are better ways to go about it. Do you think all cougar relationships stem from an Oedipus complex? I don't know, maybe. That's an interesting question. I think it's possible for a man to just like older women. I think it's possible for a man to just like older women, but I think a lot of people have issues with their parents. Well, I guess everyone, you know, all of us have issues with our parents that we're acting out in our relationships in various ways. Let's see. George Clooney, Boozy and his sons and nephews and the grown women. Right, like Boozy and his sons and nephews and having the grown women, which is fucking weird. Very creepy. This whole conversation is disrespectful and ungrateful to the Pinkett Smith family, especially Jada. I really think people think that they're weirdos, and they've been like waiting to bring them down on something. Like I said, a few years ago, the rumor was that Jada and Will are both gay. Regardless of what happened, in the past, August was grown and consenting. Which, I mean, like, if we're gonna talk, like, that's like an interesting point. I don't know. They're predators too. Did he groom Usher when he was little? I believe Jada was keeping it G, but August couldn't handle it. I didn't know that about Usher. That's so sad. When I was in high school, my friend was knocking down this lady like 10 years older than us. We thought he was the man. He was really a victim. Yeah, and that shit happens all the time. Hi, Prince Onyx. My mom barely wanted to send me to my father who lived down the street, let alone to a different city. Oh, you're talking about the Usher thing. It was because Usher had like a lot of talent and they wanted him to be like, you know, nurtured the talent. They didn't really give a fuck about what happened to him as a kid. Just like R. Kelly. Just like all them people that was sending their daughters to be with R. Kelly. Wow, why do people not look after their kids? August literally asked Jada for help. He said he needed guidance. Why is it so hard to believe that she was being nice? She had August on Red Table Talk and everything. Right, Jada likes feeling needed, Thrift Queen. Jada definitely likes feeling needed, definitely. But I also think that I also think that August Alsina has mother issues, and I think he got emotionally attached to her in like an Oedipus kind of way. And I don't think that gets excused. Excused is not the right word, but I don't think that gets like X'd out because he also had trauma and instability growing up. Just because you have trauma and instability growing up doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that like other things can be true at the same time. He definitely had instability and trauma growing up. Absolutely. I think Jada wanted to help him. Y'all don't believe that. That's fine. And I think he got emotionally attached to her as a mother figure. And I think that Jada likes helping people and talking to them and talking through their problems, playing motherfucking Iyanna, Fix Your Life. And it went left because I think he got obsessed with her. Jada is a super successful black woman with a super successful black husband and children, so you know we gotta tear her down, think she's a creep. If she's lying or not, she still is not a predator. He was like 25 plus. Y'all keep saying August was grown, but at 22 you make dumb mistakes. He was a baby. He was not a baby. Y'all also baby black men. Are we Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to talk about that? Are we ready to talk about that? Are we ready to talk about how y'all also baby black men? Black girls are grown at motherfucking 10 and 11 and 12 years old, fast and all this other shit. But grown-ass men are 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 are still kids, little boys, babies. I don't think they're ready either, Beauty for Ashes. I don't think they're ready either, Beauty for Ashes. I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. Not 22 being a baby, but black women are grown at 13. August was not a baby. August was not a baby. Y'all are also coddling him and infantilizing him like he was a child. They're not ready. They're not ready. Let me go back to the comments. They're not ready. They're not ready. We saw how they treated the teenage black girls who R. Kelly took advantage of. 2020 is naive, inexperienced at most, not a baby. And this is not to dismiss, that's the word, dismiss, not excuse. This is not to dismiss what happened to August Alsina, but he's not a baby. He's not a baby. He doesn't need you to baby him and coddle him in this conversation. You know what? I'm about to read some more of these comments and then we're going to go because y'all on one. Where were we? Let me see if I can get back. Let me see if I can get back to the comment to where I was. August Alsina was not underage when he allegedly got with her. He was not a child. Like I said, I have a son his age now, and at 22, he wasn't mentally mature. Neither was I at 22. August Alsina is not your child, sis. He's not your child. I'm tired of this preyed on his mental illness talking point. Y'all never consider a woman's mental illness when the tide is turned. Jada was his first love. Leave that baby alone. I really didn't realize that August Alsina was a 15-year-old child falling in love for the first time when he was interacting with married Jada Pinkett. And they're married, and they're 3 grown-ass motherfucking children. I did not realize that August Alsina was like a little child being led by the hand. Right, Jaren? Po baby. Po little tink tink. Po little tink tink. August is about to begin a whole album cycle. This is way too convenient of a time. It's crazy how common the abuse is. Jada would never leave Will. August got too attached. Jada doesn't have to be a professional to help people. Y'all not gonna defend August as a baby and call Jada a predator when y'all were just defending R. Kelly with teenage girls and calling them fast. August is grown. I just got here, but at the end of the day, these are consenting adults, and this should have and could have stayed between these people. August definitely has an Oedipus complex. Should Jada not want to help people? What? Yeah, Yana's not a professional either, the Leah. When a 22-year-old woman allegedly has an affair with an older married man, everyone drags the fuck out of her, men and women both, and she gets called a homewrecker. Exactly, Remy, but August is this little baby. He's this little child that didn't know what was going on. Get the fuck out of here. You don't need to be a professional to have a conversation. All the young black women they could have taken in and they chose August. They damn near raised Jordan Woods too. It's plenty of black professionals in Hollywood that the Smiths have basically raised. What are you talking about? I don't even get why people think Will Smith is gay. He was all over Margot Robbie during the red carpet interviews for that movie they did together. Because people don't like the Smiths and they're trying to pin something on them that will stick and that will bring them down. If August had a moral code, he wouldn't have messed with a married woman in the first place. It's because he's an unstable pretty boy. That's why everyone is on his side. This is a lot of speculation. She denied it anyway, and Will did too. That means they value their marriage more regardless of what actually happened. Virgo is a helper. Jada has a Virgo sun, moon, Mercury. They love to help people. She got caught up. Your first love is a parent. None of us have any idea what happened between them at the end of the day. This is all speculation. The way they live their lives confronted with something like this, I don't think they lie about it. The Smiths have the perfect platform to talk about it. It makes no sense. The Smiths are already a great example of blended families. I don't think so. I think y'all are tripping. Like the semantics of her denying I'm denying an affair because my husband knew, so technically it wasn't an affair. Like y'all really genuinely believe, if you really genuinely believe that that's something Jada Pinkett would do, you already think poorly about her, because what type of person would do that? She could turn this whole situation into a red table talk and trend for years. August seems unstable. I hope that brother gets help. People are acting really weird in this situation. Oh, and the Leah, I've dealt with men who stalked me, wouldn't leave me alone, all because I was nice to them. Right, and everybody's acting like it's totally impossible that something like that is what happened here. I really feel some type of way about the statement, if a man becomes obsessed with you, it's because you did something. To me, that's victim blaming. Just because a man becomes obsessed with you does not mean the woman did anything wrong. I can't get down with that. I don't think anyone is arguing that it's appropriate, but the point is, y'all don't know the truth. Y'all are just taking his side with no evidence. Oedipal ass nigga, he seems all the way lost. Women are expected to be wellness centers who birth and raise children and serve men with no regard of their own agency. Miss me with that. It's a good ass point. Who would she even be lying to? A bunch of nobodies that she doesn't know is alive. Like, why would Jada Pinkett lie about this? It literally makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. August needs to focus on his music career and stop this. He needs to get a therapist as well. Think about the mindset you have to be in to be in love with a married woman and believe she's going to get a divorce for you. That person's account is the one you're going to believe in. If they slept together, the only thing that would be questionable is the age gap. August looks stupid now, holding a broken heart with nothing to show for it, while Will and Jada are standing as a united front. Will came out and said August was lying about Will giving him permission to date Jada. If it's true that August is making the whole thing up, this is way more darker and obsessive than we think. This really would make for good content on Red Table Talk. Oh, I see, China. Got it, pics, got it. They need to address it because the rumors pop up every... Oh, you're talking about them being gay. There's been so many rumors about Will and Jada being gay. Like, a lot. A lot of young men... Speaking of older women, there's a Vox article that came out that stated a lot of young men search for older women in porn. I think the attraction itself must somehow stem from an Oedipal or Electra complex. I like older men, but I'd never date anyone my father's age. And I can give you guys a personal real-life example. My father and my stepmother got a divorce because my father cheated on her with somebody that was my age. And it was weird. Like, it was really weird. But, it was really weird. Like, it was super weird. And I felt like everyone involved was weird. People are jealous of Will and Jada because they are a free-flowing black couple. What sucks is that now that Will has publicly supported his wife, now Jada might start to be believed. Because now she has the opinion of a man backing her, Nicole. People are envious that they are a seemingly happy black family who respects each other. This is a systemic takedown of the Smiths, especially right after the Shane Dawson controversy. Hi, Jaleel. August should have gotten a therapist to work this through with. Child, you talk about intuition. Y'all are not using your intuition. No, we're using our brains. Nah, I don't, fam Samity Sam. Trauma bonds. Mommy complex. Some people are fixers and healers, and people draw to them who need healing, and they sometimes take advantage of them. Have you guys not heard of that type of thing in abusive relationships? About, like, healers being taken advantage of, fixers, givers being taken advantage of? Have y'all not heard of that? I'm really genuinely asking, like, even outside of this specific situation. I feel like Jada was August's handler and he didn't rise to the occasion. Jada gave up her career and dedicated her life to being Will's support and her children's mother. Now her kids are older and her entire identity is that of a caretaker. Yes, people do baby black men. Yeah, I heard about Ray Fisher standing in his truth that Joss Whedon is a piece of shit. Video sailor. And I wholeheartedly support it. Absolutely. Hi, alien baby. Let's talk about it. Y'all do baby black men. Let's talk about it. He's an adult. Megan was an adult for not reading a contract. Bro, Queen! People called Meg the Stallion... people were literally calling Meg the Stallion a bad person. Like at her core, that she's a bad person. She was 18. She was old enough to know what she was reading and signing. She's a bad person. She's this, she's that. All that. All that. All that. All that. But a 22-year-old man is a baby, is a child? Nah. That I won't let slide. Again, like, my opinion of the situation is that Jada is a fixer, that she likes to motherfucking talk motherfuckers through their problems. That's the whole point of Red Table Talk. They try to take on August Alsina as some type of project because he's close in age to their oldest son, Trey, and that he fell in love with her on some Oedipus mommy issues. And I do think she liked the attention that she was receiving from him, and things went left. Her and Will are presenting a united front denying that anything happens. So it's he said, she said, and you just have to choose who you believe. I do think that a lot of people have an issue with the Smiths and want the Smiths' downfall for various reasons. And I also do think that August Alsina is being coddled. Despite the fact that he did have an emotionally tumultuous upbringing, not to say that that's invalid or anything like that. 22-year-old black men are boys and 16-year-old black girls are grown and fast. August was not a baby. Baby Boy, that film was classic for a reason. Yes, emotionally vulnerable on August's part, and Jada wanting to help. He would have looked to Jada and Will as being stable in their relationship with their kids. They look healthy, stable. Yeah, like I think he wanted to be involved with them as a family, and he developed feelings. 22 is naive and inexperienced, but not a baby. He was a grown-ass man. People are doing that because they find him attractive too. Somebody said that he's, I think it was Arrows. He's giving off, unstable. And we all love an unstable, sad, weepy ass nigga. We do. We do. We want to bring them in and protect them. And I'm not going to say that that's not what happens. I'm so tired of that. If I hear one more person describing black girls as grown, August was 27 and he's turning 28. We empathize with black men so much, but we can barely do that with black women. Jada tried to baby him and look where it got her. Exactly, Remy. He's not a baby. He also talked about so much more than this. I won't deny that he's been through a lot emotionally, and I'm sure that factored in. Because he's cute, y'all baby him. I'm probably not going to go live tomorrow, just today. I wish y'all would extend this much empathy and grace towards black girls. Y'all baby black men, but y'all remove all innocence from black girls. And I'm not going to say that there's not a gender element to this as well. August Alsina is, the unstable baby, and Jada is the evil witch. Stop interposing yourself and your personal issues and family. You don't know these people. You don't fucking know them. He could be a whole stalker and monster for all y'all know. 22 is a young adult. Groom what? He was grown. How do you groom a grown man? I think that is also affecting the language and the way that people talk about it. Because people are acting like August Alsina was like 14 and like Jada groomed him. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Like, talking about language. Like, I don't know if this language is appropriate. He was old enough to know what marriage is. I think there's a difference between a baby and a 22-year-old. People could be immature at that age, but they know enough. Maybe he needs to work on himself rather than pining after a married woman. I don't understand why he went public with this. He's had a hard life and a tough past. But he was old enough to talk with Will about getting his blessings, allegedly. Hi, Daya. People try to drag Offset's side piece, who was also there in the early 20s, and blamed her for the affair. He wasn't a baby. He was just younger. Will might be bi, but it's their marriage. Who cares? I want the Smiths to raise me. Why don't people like the Smiths? Because they're fucking... Well, I think it's because they're weird. And I also think it's because they're fucking successful and they're black. I believe if she did sleep with him, he would have exposed something that showed them in an intimate manner already. This sort of thing is not uncommon either. Black people often open their homes to and mentor house other blacks, especially like actors and celebrities and singers. Like I said, Usher left home when he was young to go live with Babyface. I know like Denzel Washington and his wife have brought several people like into their home, actors, to help them out. They pay for people to go through school. Like, this is not uncommon. Like, this is not uncommon. Y'all acting like you've never heard of this type of thing before. Maybe y'all haven't, but it's not uncommon. Like, it's not uncommon. And even in terms of power dynamics, like, Jada Pinkett was not August Alsina's boss. Like, she was older, but for me, her being older lends more credibility to the idea of them trying to mentor him in a parental or familial or maternal way, which is what we literally watch this bitch do every motherfucking week on Red Table Talks. And he fell in love with her on some Oedipus, I'm in love with mommy type shit. August spoke confidently on Will and Jada's life partnership and its complexities. He's not helpless in this situation. He's not a child. Like, somebody brought up Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton. Number one, Bill Clinton was the motherfucking president of the United States, and he was her direct boss. Like, that's, like, y'all are really, like, these are some false equivalences. It could be true or it might be false. Right. Like, it's a 50-50. It's he said, she said. It's literally he said, she said. So you just have to pick who you believe. I don't believe any of the rumors about the Smiths. Just because she's perceived to be in the position of power because she's older doesn't mean she's automatically guilty. Even if you're mean to some men, they will still obsess over you. There's some Jezebel stereotypes here too. Right, that Jada's like the witch that put some type of spell on poor little baby August Alsina. It literally takes zero effort to have men out here thinking you're interested. You could accidentally make eye contact and they'll forge a whole relationship in their heads. People are speculating, providing semantics, and zero proof, going off rumors and lies. Jada is also considered attractive, and that could be a double-edged sword as well. August expected Jada to do the emotional healing for him. Regardless if she did have sex with him, he's still foul for putting someone on blast who helped him through a hard time. He never himself even said he was physically with her. More or less talked about a connection more than a physical affair. And people get obsessed with motherfuckers every day and be like, we're connected, we have a connection. That does not mean that Jada did anything. I'm sorry. To me, that sounds like victim blaming. He might be obsessed with her. I think Jada might have a very alluring quality about her that may make men obsessed with her. August gives me really unstable vibes, but that's just my opinion. This is a damn Lifetime movie. I've literally heard the Smiths being gay rumor for over 10 years. I feel like August needs counseling for emotional and mental healing. I'm drawn to Jada and I don't even know her. It's still weird. My dad also dated a girl who was 2 years older than my sister, who's barely older than me. I never looked at him the same. Like, and how I just said that about my father. Do you guys really think, like, Willow Smith opened up about, like, walking in and catching motherfucking Will and Jada having sex. Do you guys really think that Willow and Jaden would, like, also keep this a secret? Folks look for the Smiths to have relationship problems. They do and have discussed them. But people don't see taking your partner children for granted as a problem, so we keep dreaming up affairs. Hi, Alexandria. It's very weird. Those are narcissistic relationships. Isn't that called Nightingale syndrome when, like, you fall in love with your savior? Oh, is it? That sounds about right. I'm a fixer, and I think it's a codependent issue. So you think you're also codependent on the people that you want to fix? Like, I feel like I agree that there was most likely a codependency issue, because I do think that Jada likes to feel needed. And I'm sure she enjoyed feeling like, you know, she's helping him, she's all this. But I don't think that there was an affair. Notice how people stopped talking about the Smiths, calling out Shane Dawson now. Jada is very alluring, and men love alluring, seductive women. She probably made him feel a certain way that he only gets through sex without actually having intercourse. Probably blew his mind. That's what Tupac said about Jada. Like, you can get me to climax without laying one finger on me. I can definitely see that happening, but I can't think about a specific case of a healer-giver being taken advantage of. I remember when people were saying that about Meg. The infantilization of August Alsina is very telling. Angela Yee is messy for it, too. Hi, Smiley. People were hating on Meg hard as fuck. The timing of all this Jada and August thing coming out the day after they call out Shane Dawson, and when he has an album coming out, seems way too coincidental. Jada should go to school to get certified. All these different perspectives, knowledge, and insight is helpful for expanding the outlook. Appreciate it. I appreciate it too. I'm gonna get to the bottom of these comments and then we'll go. The dragon they gave Meg was really upsetting to me and my homegirls. Ran me hot. Nobody said Meg Thee Stallion was a little girl when she signed the contract, so let's give her a pass. No one. I feel like August's infatuation with Jada was a huge ego boost for her. People keep saying August is so attractive, but I don't see it. You could be hurt and cause hurt. This all seems like a shady attempt to bring her down. We're even still coddling 40-something ass Kanye West. People, they tore Jordan Woods apart. They tried to tear Jordan Woods apart for kissing Tristan Thompson or something like that. The Kardashians tried to like run a smear campaign against her. And the Smiths said, whoa, we know this girl. We know her family. We practically raised her. You're not about to talk about her like that. Jordan got no grace. Okay, you know, whatever. I really don't care. Bye. Some of y'all are just getting on my nerves now. So, bye. Which, that's literally how they treat Jada. Yeah, I know, Remy. Grooming applies to minors, not adults. Right. Everyone, we're listening to everyone's opinions and thoughts respectfully, but it will get a little heated. That's what debate is. And I read all the comments, so don't think you could just say whatever and I won't see it. Because I'm going to see it and I'm going to block your ass. Jordan Woods got no grace. People still drag her till this day. And we do block. Like, we do block and stuff on this channel. I know that, like, annoys people. Like, my freedom of speech. This is not a democracy. It's a cheerocracy. It's a dictatorship around here. Right, how much grooming do you need at 22? Isn't it funny how the Smiths have taken in Jordan Woods and August Alsina, and Jordan got ripped to shreds for being kissed by a married man when she was 21, but August supposedly having an affair as a baby. That's a grown-ass man. Why is no one correlating the Shane Dawson situation with this or August's album coming out? It's weird. I find it very petty that he tried to demonize her on the interview. She was married and talks about her great developing marriage on her platform. Why would she compromise that? August's whole self-reflection and ability to verbalize his emotions and how he's been able to evolve mentally is actually a reflection of the help and the support he would have received from the Smiths. The Smiths are weirdos. That's why they're hated. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't like her romantically at first, but it grew over time. Prince took in Vivica A. Fox. What makes them weird? The open like outside of the open marriage and them just letting their kids be free or whatever. I never got why people thought they were weird. Tiara, that's why people think they're weird. Open marriage and letting their kids be free and saying they don't beat their kids and they didn't give their kids rules and stuff, which I think kids need rules and boundaries. They need that to, not beating per se, but kids do need boundaries to develop. So, and they've talked on Red Table Talks about how like they've messed up with parenting and all that. That's why people think they're fucking weird. When they said that they never tell the kids no and there's no rules in the house, I remember like my mom wanted to talk about it. She was like, oh, they've gotten out of Baltimore and Philly and they got some money and they got fancy and now they're raising their kids in that like weirdo philosophy. A lot of people think they're fucking weird for that. I would love for the Smiths to mentor me. I feel like that generally happens in black households, taking people in. My mom always helped out kids in the neighborhood growing up that weren't eating well in their home. She welcomed them in to eat with us during dinner, help with their homework. It seems easy to fall for Jada Pinkett, especially if she's being nice to you. I've said it before, I'll say it again till August show them receipts. I'm believing Jada. I highly doubt this will be the last we hear of this incident. If this was Lonely Love and August Alsina, everybody would deny it. So you think it's because Jada Pinkett is good looking that it's happening? Okay, let me screenshot because y'all want some videos on some of these topics. I also feel like people are under the false impression that because Jada is the more famous one, that they're trying to pull the predator grooming card. People fall in love with therapists all the time. It's really not a wild concept that he could have imagined a connection that wasn't there with her. Gabrielle. Jada seems hella cool and like she got the Badu effect. I feel like Jada may get a restraining order if he keeps it up. I befriended a dude on social media, told them how alike we were, and in the same type of music. Why did he take this as a sign to send me dick pics? Still a mystery to me. Jada and Erykah Badu both attract men who are obsessed with them. Hi, a black sky. Let's talk about how Woody Allen groomed an actual kid. He sure did with his motherfucking pedo ass, creepy ass. Thank you, Jules. My beats. Oh, wait. Interesting, Nightingale syndrome. This deserves to be a larger conversation due to the fact that when dealing with race, mainstream media is quick to call a black boy a man or a girl a woman when they are accused. Jada also came from a troubled youth, family background, and trauma. Hi, Olivia. Nightingale syndrome is the distinct attraction to one's caregiver or dependent. The caregiver may see the patient as broken or being without the skills necessary to take care of themselves. Oh, yeah! Start page. That's exactly what I think happened. Hi, Dipped in Indigo. That's what I think happened. It could have happened and it could have not happened. The two other people in this alleged triangle said it didn't. Right. It could have happened or it couldn't have happened. Jordan didn't even kiss Tristan Thompson. He kissed her. We see everything here and block everyone. Ha! I can't with you quote and bring it on. It's a cheerocracy, Jade and Tierra. It's a rictatorship. Free your mind and your ass will follow. Most men just want a mommy he can sleep with. I agree. The historical images of the black woman as a lustful sexual witch from young to old is entrenched in our system from the start of America. I transferred from Los Angeles. Your school has no gymnastics team. This is a last resort. Yeah, I seen the one with Solange. White girl. The open marriage is weird. I agree the kids need boundaries. Jada airs all her business out. Why not this? They let Jaden move out when he was a teen as well. That's why people think it's weird. I don't think they're weird at all, or maybe I'm weird. People think they're weird because they're non-conventional. That's it. Now I'm mad about it. People are mad because they're the more free-spirited parents. Gotcha. It's telling about the trauma we've endured for generations that we think giving our children greater freedom is weird. Even if they did have an open marriage or if Jada did smash, she's not leaving her husband and has the right to stop any relations. I thought my professor's son was in love with me. He was not. I was projecting. Sabrina. I think August entered into a poly dynamic that he wasn't ready for. Their parenting doesn't seem bizarre to me at all. Seems like Jada and Will have unlearned and avoided the function of punishment. I'm here for it. The Smiths seem a lot happier than a lot of the people calling them weird. They seem like black adults who have been to therapy, don't want to introduce their kids to that trauma. To be or not to be, that is the question. That's why I said, like, there's no proof at the moment, and Will and Jada have both denied it. So it's he said, she said. You either believe, you pick who you want to believe. I never hear anything about the Smith kids wilding out. Perhaps it was their parents' flexible way of raising them that created balance. Also, if you raise your kids well, you don't need to micromanage. This situation just further proves that most men don't have control of their emotions. Yeah, Jeremy, but I'm going to end when I get to the bottom of the chat. And I'm almost there. A lot of women do love calling men daddy because they have an Electra complex. Just like how niggas deep down want a lot of niggas deep down want a mommy figure. A lot of bitches deep down, they want a daddy figure. They call that nigga daddy because they want the nigga to take care of them. They want the nigga to give them money. They want the nigga to protect them. These are all things that you originally see in your father, which is why they say that your first love of your life is your parent. That's why they call the nigga daddy. I mean, and that's anyone. That's not just women. Here, I thought men were predatory, wanted their women to play the Lolita role. Now I'm finding out about the mommy role. Is there an in-between? I like Willow and Jaden. They're both talented, just a little weird. I never let women call me daddy. I notice they tend to come with a lot of daddy issues and a man to baby them instead of hold them to high womanly standards. I don't want a daughter. I want a wife. Nelson. That's why I did say not all. It's not all. If you've dealt with your emotional issues, you can let go of that parent thing. Nobody ever airs everything out about their lives, no matter how open they seem to be. Willow and Jada Pinkett Smith had a whole episode of Red Table Talks about how Willow used to like cut herself. They had a whole episode of Red Table Talks about how Jada openly admitted to saying that she used to we were talking about this in Discord, how Jada openly admitted to saying that she found Willow's tears offensive because the way she was raised in Baltimore, you don't cry because you're tough, and that Willow and Jaden are being raised with all these resources, so like what is there to be sad about? They talk about shit way worse than a possible affair. Her teenage daughter burst into tears on fucking television on Facebook Live and agreed to cutting herself and showed the cutting scars. And she did not have no issue airing that shit out for all of us to watch. What would be the significance of lying about this? I really want to know. I'm so serious. My man doesn't let me call him daddy either. Willow and Jaden are eccentric, so is their parenting. I'm confused. Why did this come back up? I thought the August and Jada thing happened a while ago. A while ago. It was years ago. He brought it up. He's doing interviews for his album that just dropped last week, and he brought it up. I call him daddy and I send him home. Dudes also call their daughters Lil Mama. I have one mother and one father. I'm not calling anyone else mommy or daddy. I believe something happened, but I don't think it was a bad thing. I don't think she left him broke and destitute, and if anything, he seems better off. I think he just fell in love with her. Hi, Kendrick. Oh, there, and I just got to the bottom. So I guess hi, Kendrick, bye, Kendrick. A lot of people said that the only thing they found weird is that they were Scientologists. And then I see a lot of people saying they're not Scientologists. They've stated this. So many rumors. That's what I'm saying. It's like every year or two, there's a new rumor about Will and Jada. Like rumors that they're Scientologists. Rumors that they're both gay. Rumors that they both have gay partners on the side because they're in an open relationship. Rumors that they're in the Illuminati and they're fucking satanic. All these rumors about it's a new rumor all the time about them. Like, all the time. Sounds to me like August wants attention. I actually call the red table Jada's business because all she does on there is tell her business, so why be tight-lipped about this? That's how I feel too. Like I said, this could be like break the records of the motherfucking Red Table Talk viewers, because they could all go on. They could bring August on, they could bring everybody on, they could talk about how, like I said, like how they're a blended family and polyamory, and just like how they decided to raise their children without boundaries, they've decided to have a relationship without boundaries. This is literally right up their alley of shit that they fucking talk about. I feel like lying about it makes no sense. I just don't. Like I said, I think that they were trying to mentor him and be familial to him and bring them into their lives to help him because Jada likes that type of thing. He fell in love with her on some Oedipus, mommy, Nightingale shit. He got into a situation that he could not handle with them, and it went left. That's really how I feel. Not to discount his emotional trauma, but he was also not a baby or a child either. And grooming refers specifically to minors, so let's also be careful about the words that we use. And also, just because he became obsessed with her does not necessarily mean that Jada did something to encourage that, because people get stalkers every day that are obsessed with them, and their stalkers fucking kill them. So I'm not even gonna entertain any of that type of fucking dialogue, for real, on this channel. Sorry. I loved her metal band too. Wicked Wisdom was cool. So yeah, on that note, we're gonna go. This was a really interesting conversation. It was dope to hear everybody's opinions. I definitely don't wish bad on anybody involved. Absolutely not. So hi, Kyrie. Yeah, we'll find out soon. I don't think anyone could be tight-lipped about this forever. Right. So, bye. So we won't be going live tomorrow since we went live today. Richie, bye. But we will be back live on Sunday for Beast Bake. Bye.